Hoy nos adentramos en el mundo mágico de Disney Animal Kingdom y les mostramos la nueva atracción inspirada en Avatar. Los invitamos a redescubrir nuestro niño interior en la tierra donde la magia se respira en el aire. Parques bioluminiscentes, shows de fuegos artificiales y tecnología de avanzada, montañas suspendidas en el aire y el sentir que estamos siendo protagonistas de nuestra propia película. Son algunas de las emociones que queremos transmitirles hoy. Bienvenidos.
Comienza un nuevo día y acá estamos desde el Animal Kingdom Lodge. Miren lo que se ve acá, parece directamente como la sabana africana. Muchísimos animales se ven aquí, cebras, rinocerontes, jirafas, acá pastando y comiendo en este parque, y esto recién empieza. Un nuevo día comienza aquí desde Walt Disney World Resort en Orlando para contarles todas las novedades.
Llegamos a un lugar de ambientaciones increíbles, aguas cristalinas, colores intensos y la seguridad de que aquí todo es risa y juego. Nos recibe Typhoon Lagoon.
Ahí estamos llegando, Typhoon Lagoon. Vamos a conocer una de las partes de aguas que acabamos de visitar.
La temática del parque es una leyenda Disney de un tifón que destruyó un hermoso paraíso tropical. Por eso vemos barcos, boyas de pesca y tablas de surf dejados ahí por la tormenta.
Llegamos a Typhoon Lagoon, una de las piletas más grandes de Estados Unidos, piletas artificiales con olas que vamos a estar probando en unos minutos nomás, y este se llama el Lazy River, donde uno no hace nada, simplemente se relaja. La traducción sería el río vago. Uno va simplemente acostado disfrutando de todas las imágenes que tiene este Typhoon Lagoon. Miren, increíble. Pileta de olas más grande de Estados Unidos.
En el corazón de Busch Garden, Falcon's Fury es la pieza central de la zona de Pantopia.
Para subirme a la torre de caída libre más alta de América del Norte, con 102 metros. Ahí está, Falcon's Fury.
Busch Gardens Tampa Bay incorporó además un elemento sorpresa al llegar al punto más elevado de esta atracción e imitando el vuelo de un halcón, los voladores darán un giro de 90 grados en medio vuelo hasta quedar en posición de clavado. Un instante después, son lanzados directamente al vacío.
Impresionante, caída libre 100% de adrenalina, impresionante. Y uno de los motivos por los cuales vinimos especialmente aquí hasta Tampa, a Busch Gardens, es para conocer esta nueva atracción. Estamos hablando de Cobra's Curse, esta nueva montaña rusa inaugurada en junio pasado, que es ideal para toda la familia porque no tiene restricciones de altura. Alcanza una altura de 21 metros y también es muy rápida, con una velocidad que alcanza de 64 kilómetros por hora. Y ahí vemos cómo todos disfrutan, porque como les dije, es para toda la familia.
Esta montaña rusa de giro es única en su tipo en el mundo y ofrece la posibilidad de encontrarse cara a cara con una serpiente de más de 24 metros de altura.
Impresionante, realmente vueltas de 360 grados, una velocidad increíble.
Animal Care Center. El Animal Care Center de Busch Gardens invita a los visitantes a observar muy de cerca e inclusive participar en la experiencia del cuidado de los animales. Desde la nutrición hasta los tratamientos de rayos X a cirugía, gran parte del cuidado de los animales de Busch Gardens se llevan a cabo en vista de los visitantes en esta instalación de alta tecnología. Seguimos conociendo rincones aquí en Busch Gardens, Tampa. Y aquí estamos en esta cocina, una cocina muy especial porque aquí vamos a ver interactuar distintos animales. Y esa es la sorpresa que les vamos a llevar en el día de hoy. Por eso hoy con Trevor queremos que nos cuente de qué se trata esta experiencia aquí en Animal Care Center. Trevor, a pleasure to be here. Wonderful. Great.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate you all visiting.
Our pleasure. So how is this welcoming?
Well, the Animal Care Center is all about introducing our guests to the types of care that we give our animals here at Busch Gardens. And the reason we're in this beautiful kitchen is because this is where we make the food for a few of our animals every day to get our guests directly involved in the process. We like to say that proper nutrition is the first step to preventative health care. It's a fancy way of saying mom and dad is right. If you eat healthy, you're going to be healthy. And that's what we're all about teaching everyone here.
Wonderful. What do we have here?
Well, this is actually going to be a diet for the animal ambassador that we're going to be meeting today. Now, the animal that we're meeting, his name is Burko, and he is one of the many animal ambassadors that calls Busch Gardens home. As an animal ambassador, he goes out around the park, he visits with our guests, he even sometimes comes over here to the Animal Care Center to have some lunch so everyone can see just how we take care of the animals at the park. Wonderful. So what we'll be doing today is creating a lovely salad for our friend Burko. So if you want to help me grab some of these foods, wonderful, we can go ahead and dress up his plate in the nicest salad we can possibly create.
Wonderful.
Now, we love talking to our guests about zoo nutrition because we have a zoo nutritionist here at Busch Gardens. She is one of less than 20 in her field on the planet. And she does a lot of research to help us figure out exactly what types of animals need to eat what types of food when they're living in a zoo. Since I can't feed my friend Burko the same types of foods he'd be eating in the wild, she's come up with a good alternative diet for him.
Great. So what is this?
Well, these are a couple different fruits and vegetables that he would be eating, very similar to what he'd have out in the wild. And these are some pellets. Just as there are food made for dogs and for cats, there's some specialized types of diets made for all sorts of animals, including our friend who's coming over right now, a ground cuscus. So Joy Lee is going to put him down on the counter right over here next to you. So this is Burko. So Burko is actually kind of sort of like an Australian version of a possum. These guys are actually marsupials. They're going to be found living all the way over in New Guinea. So Burko here enjoys eating a wide variety of different fruits and vegetables, and he loves his banana. That's one of his favorites in the world.
So went directly to the banana.
He went directly to the banana. I have a feeling he'll go to his corn next in a second or two. Now, you can touch him if you'd like, right here on the back.
Hello, Burko. Is it tasty?
I think so.
And we other animals may come here to the kitchen?
So he's just one of the many animal ambassadors that calls Busch Gardens home. Sometimes we also might bring over an armadillo, we might bring over a sloth, might bring over a snake, just depending upon the day. So all sorts of fun different animals, and guests get a chance to meet them up close and in person, just as we're doing right now.
Increíble. Aquellos que visiten aquí Busch Gardens pueden también ver todo lo que vamos a ir a conocer ahora un ratito, porque es la parte de las cirugías, la parte realmente donde tienen el cuidado de los animales. Así que eso en unos minutos más, no se vayan, ¿eh?
So this is the hospital side of the Animal Care Center. It's where we can take care of almost any of the over over 12,000 animals that call Busch Gardens home. Now here in the hospital we can see animals up to 2,000 pounds, which means almost every animal that our guests can see, including the tigers, the gorillas, the lions, the hyenas. They can all make their way into the hospital for yearly checkups. Just as we go see our doctors on a yearly basis, we bring our animals into the hospital too. And our guests visiting Busch Gardens can come in here and view these procedures as they happen.
Amazing.
It really is.
Not only Busch Gardens, animals also from outside.
Exactly, also from animals from outside of Busch Gardens. We see about 300 to 400 wildlife cases every year. Animals hurt outside of Busch Gardens that are brought to us for treatment, rehabilitation, to help them get better, and then released back out into the wild. Now, most of the time, those animals can be returned to the wild. Sometimes, though, we have an animal that can't quite make it back out into the wild. And in those cases, if they can no longer survive on their own, we find a permanent home for them. It might be at another zoo or sanctuary, or sometimes it's here at Busch Gardens. And in fact, we have another friend coming in right now who's an example of that.
Hello.
So this is another of our animal ambassadors, and his name is Edgar, short for Edgar Owl Poe. And Edgar here is an eastern screech owl. These are birds that live in our own backyard right here in Florida, and Edgar came to the hospital about 3 years ago after he'd been hit by a car. Now, unfortunately, we did surgery to repair the broken bone in his wing, but his tendons, the muscles that help him to open and close his wing, never fully healed. And because of that, he can no longer fly. So since he can no longer fly, we've given him a permanent home here at Busch Gardens. And this is where he gets to interact with our guests each and every day and help us to teach a little bit more about the conservation work that we do right here, about the animals that live in our own backyard.
Lovely. Congratulations. A great work.
Thank you very much.
Nos vamos despidiendo de esta fantástica aventura. Risas, sensación de plenitud, vértigo y memorias inolvidables. Orlando es el destino ideal para las vacaciones en familia.